What's up, everyone? You're tuned in to the channel EEPS episode 162. And today, I thought I would share about what I feel defines as a successful artist or a successful creator, what have you. Truth be told, me being in the creative industries for about 20 years now, oh my goodness. But throughout the beginnings, it was never about numbers. It was never about how many followers on my Instagram account. Even if you look at it now, I don't have a lot of followers, okay? It was never the point. What was the point for me was to see and dare myself. It's almost like dare myself. I was like, okay, can I get there? And one example, I remember I was at a conference and there were these like incredible talented speakers who talked about new media when the word new media was a buzzword. And I was like, wow, they flew all over the world to congregate at this conference to talk about cool shit, and they genuinely love what they do. And like, I want to do that. I want to do that. So I guess that would be considered a goal for mine. How can I become, that sort of persona or individual who just can travel the world, be invited to talk about the cool things they're doing. So that's what I did, and I, of course, in the new media space and using art and code was becoming more a thing in the industry, creative industry. But at the same time, I was also going against the grain of the traditional or traditionalist, excuse me, of what is considered fine art or the established art scene, right? Digital art was never really was never taken seriously. I still don't think it is really taken seriously in that even now. But I had to ignore that. I really had this feeling that this is the direction I gotta go, and I kept on going. And there were so much setbacks, ups and downs, um, and yeah, like getting a project or getting a gig or you know being financially stable is pretty much out of the question. Yeah, so I had to. It's because we creators are like we are our own startups. We're like startups, right? We have to create things to because we have it pretty hard. First of all, we have to create what we love to do or what we want to express, and then we hope that the audience and those viewing will like what they see and perhaps buy something from us. But it's not like, but I don't, in my mind, it was never about, my goal was never really to sell anything either, right? It was really just like, I'm very curious about where I can go. I want to create these things. Maybe I will, sell my prints at an event, but it was never a focus of mine. If I could sell something, I could sell it. If not, or not. So, but it's such a weird dichotomy where I want to create, but at the same time, I don't want to make it a business or a goal to always like I have to sell my prints and it was just really about getting out there. Um, so to be successful, I think it's really trying to balance all of these things, not getting too pigeonholed into uh, being like all in on uh, commercial selling work, which I think is fine. But also, as you continue to develop yourself, or as you continue to go and as an artist, you always have to make sure you're not getting comfortable with selling your stuff and expecting a fixed an income stream, right? You always have to develop yourself. You always have to try new things. You always have to level up. So it's like a flywheel, right? And what I realized that every year, okay, there's like there it's weird. I have certain arcs in my I continue to have these. I call them EEPMON arcs, like 4 arcs within the year, calendar year, just like quarterly reports, right? Every 3 months. And every time I at the end of every 3 months, I reflect and go, okay, what have I achieved? What I've done? How is it impactful? What does what does that set for? Like, what does it set up for down the road? What are the potential areas that I could potentially explore based on what I've achieved in the first 3 months, uh, if at all? Sometimes there are dead periods. Uh, and then there are other so when there are dead periods, then my brain has to switch and think about, okay, I need to reach out to new audiences. I might have to do some cold calling. I have to prepare some presentation decks. I might have to do a 180. My last episode was about the 180. Well, if my audience here is not reciprocating in what I'm creating, then I will go somewhere else. I'll travel to the other side of the world. It's an investment. It's an investment, but perhaps by going to another part of the another side of the world and introduce your work to that audience is quite would actually be you be considered almost like a novelty to their eyes. So maybe who knows, something could come over, something can develop on that side. I have many stories about that, but I can talk about that later. But really, I'm just talking about, in my eyes, a definition of a successful artist. And this flywheel I was talking about, it's like bootstrapping effect. You keep on doing it, you keep on doing it, you get better at it. You get better at it, you become much more agile. The beginning is hard because you're trying to figure out how you operate as a person, or how you engage and interact with the world as an artist. So, but every year I look back in every arc and every year in this totality, I go, well, first of all, I'm still alive. I'm not dead yet. But also, like, I learned how to become better at certain tasks because I keep on repeating it. I keep on repeating it. I keep on creating these presentation decks. I get better at presentation decks. I become much more aware and acutely aware of 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 the trajectory in which I'm in, and developing a strong intuition and foresight of where it could go, and and maneuvering myself and pivoting myself in that direction, and develop plans of how to get to that next milestone, right? uh and another thing is, like, in what we do as a creator, as an artist, is that you can't please everyone. Okay, don't kid yourself that to think that your art is going to resonate with everyone in a positive way. You're just being very naive. I dare say, if you do not have haters, if you do not have haters, if you don't have people who are jealous of you, if you even have your own art community not, if they don't, if they are embracing you all the time, there's a problem with that. I think you need to have haters. I think you need to have some, even within your own community, to like just not engage with you, because that is a clear signal. The 180 rule I'll talk about is the clear signal that you're doing something different than what the trend dictates, right? Even to this day, I'm not gonna lie, folks. Even to this day, I continue to do my thing, but I know, I got haters. I have, even within my community, there are just people just absolutely don't want to interact with what I'm doing. Um, and that's fine. That's fine. It just shows that I'm doing the 180. I seem to making some progress in a positive light, but the fact that there's actually almost like zero, there's almost like whispers from my immediate surroundings, does tell me that I'm doing something right. uh, but yeah, so So yeah, I guess as an artist, success is really not about, honestly, not about like numbers of how many followers you have or how many people are giving you positive sweet words of how great your works are. Like honestly, it's about you, your focus, your drive, your intuition, your laser sharp focus in continuing your craft, your artistry, regardless of what people say to you. If you have the ability to razor focus and continue that line, and being, but at the same time, you need to engage with the world. Let's be honest, we don't live in a bubble. But if you have the balance between being focused in your work, engaging the world, trying new things to develop yourself, put in an entrepreneurial cap, being able to market your work to the world, knowing when's enough, right? Just enough to get it out there, but also knowing when to step back. You know what I'm saying? It's a bit of a, how do I say it? It's a bit of a back and forth as you engage the world. Like I don't know if I'm really making any sense, but I feel that when there's time to game on, get your stuff out there, there will be a time for that. But then, most importantly, there's also you need time to step back from all the craziness and really focus. And going this sort of back and forth, um, uh, like almost like we're like osmosis. We're like sponges. We're able to like uh, uh, take in external factors, internalize it, but also bring it back out in the world. If we have that ability to just be so agile, that is also a definition of what defines, in my mind, a successful creator and artist, especially now navigating in this increasingly volatile world. With volatility, we need to match the volatility. I think that being us, I'm volatile, right? Like I wholeheartedly accept and embrace the unknowns and the uncertainties. Um, uh, because if I don't feel a little nervous, then I know I have mastered that, and I need to pivot so that I can continue to become more. Uh, how do I say? It just means that I need new experiences to really fuel my creativity. Is what I'm saying. Um, but yeah, even now, um, I'm gonna announce it here on my YouTube channel, but probably not many people are gonna listen to it anyway. But whatever. Because my haters don't want to engage in my content anyway. So I give you an example about uh, really like embracing something differently. I have an opportunity. I have a major announcement that my one of my works in collaboration with Library and Archives Canada, because I am their first creator in residence, will be will be exhibited in Japan. I'm not gonna name. I don't think I'm gonna say exactly what it is yet because I want to make sure everything's all good. It will be exhibited at a very renowned place in Japan. Literally, I think it's gonna be like as we speak, probably next week, probably early October. Actually, no, this week, early October. But there's so many moving parts, right? The venue in Japan, I'm still waiting to hear, like, if my stuff is going to be there, wouldn't it make sense for me to go there? Like, literally, I have to go there, because I need to put a face to things. It'd be a fantastic opportunity for photo op. I don't even know if any of these things are in place. I don't know if there's a speaking opportunity. I don't know if there's even a in-person opportunity. I don't even know when the work is going to be shown. I don't even know what the start date is. I don't have any of these details. So, uh, we're waiting to get these details. But guess what? I I don't care. I booked the ticket. I'm going to Japan this Saturday. I'm going. I'm flying to Japan. I literally last minute. I'm like, fuck this. Sorry. F this. I'm gonna go because first of all, this venue is so it's once in a lifetime pretty much, and it would be foolish if I did not you know take this calculated risk. I don't even think it's a risk, but it's just it does cost still to get there. But in my mind, it's like I need I'll let I'll figure it out when I get there. But I need to go because I think this is very, very important for my development, for me to put a face to things, and I'll muscle my way in. I'll try. I don't know. I'll give it a shot. Um, Again, I don't want to name the venue yet, but you'll soon find out, most likely. But because there's so many moving parts, but I feel that I could at least have myself there and perhaps on call once things become green light. But when it's already green light, but regards to if there is a speaking opportunity and whatnot. And besides, I'd rather go there anyway because I have it's one of my generative art pieces which is going to be installed. And you never know, like what sending a file is one thing, but maybe there need to be an update, or maybe I need to be there on the ground in case that there is some like technical issues. So again, it's a bit of an investment. It's a bit of a risk, right? But if my past flywheel experience have taught me, by going there, kind of disrupting this kind of like shaking things up a bit, I guarantee you, you will find some new pathways of where your creative endeavors can pursue. Is always always you will build new opportunities, right? Just being present and just like pulling something crazy like that. So I don't even know. I myself, I have no idea. I'm gonna go. I got my ticket. I'm gonna go my luggage. I'm gonna go and then see what the universe will, what kind of cards the universe will deal me. Um, but how I feel exhilarated. I feel excited. I feel like, yeah, this is like, okay, I'm going against this cloud of uncertainty, right? I'm just going to do it because I'm very curious to know what will happen at the other end once this is over. I should do another YouTube video about that just to say like, okay, so what was the result? What was the result by doing something like, just like, here I am. All right, let's do something. Anyway, so I thought I'd share this with you all. And I mean, in my mind, like this is what I think are what I talked about. I hope you get some insight of like perhaps how I perceive the makings of a successful artist. Right, I'm not saying that I'm like like amazing crazy artist. No, I mean I'm not. There are far more popular artists and successful artists than I am. But hey, I'm still around. 20 years in the making. I'm still walking. I'm still breathing. So I think I'm doing something right. Yeah, and the story never ends. It doesn't end. Again, like I said, next week, what's going to happen? That's why you should follow me on Instagram to see my Instagram stories and to get behind the scenes of what I'll be doing. And like and subscribe. This is episode 162, Channel East. Thank you for listening. I know I've been rambling like crazy, but I thought I would share you the news and how I authentically think about what defines as a successful artist in this volatile age. Okay, see you later next time. Bye-bye.